Commander Jake Morrison was enjoying his morning coffee when the U.S. Rangers bridge began to shriek with an alarm. As all of the screens started to flash warning signals, Jake dropped his mug and hurried to his. "What's happening?" he yelled above the commotion. Command chair, and Lisa Bell gazed. Her face was pale as she rose from her communication station and said, "Sir, we're receiving a signal, but it's not from Earth or any human ship." After serving in the Earth Defense Force for 15 years, Jake's heart skipped a beat. No one had ever told him that humanity were alone in space, or something like that. Jake gave the order to turn off that alarm, and the bridge became silent except for strange noises filled the bridge as Lisa turned on the signal for the ship's engines, which were humming softly. It was obvious. A voice that was high and melodic, almost like singing, but it was speaking in a language Jake had never heard. Was there another element to the fear? Pure, desperate fear? Jake replied, "Can you clean it up?" Lisa's fingers swept over her controls. "I'm trying, sir, but the connection is poor and coming from a long distance away." She stopped and listened to her headphones, and she waited. "Additionally, I'm picking up what appear to be locations that Chief Engineer Ryan Tucker looked up." Jake nodded. "I can boost our receivers from his station, sir. Give me 2 minutes." As Ryan worked, Jake gazed at the blank space on the main screen. The Ranger was on a regular patrol operation around them, looking for smugglers or pirates on the farthest reaches of human space. Ryan said, it was supposed to be boring work, but finding alien life was the last thing anyone expected. Signal is much clearer now, and despite Jake, the alien voice was louder this time as it came through the speakers. Couldn't comprehend the phrases, and it was clear that the person was afraid of something. Lisa documented everything that was sent. "Tell Earth Command that we have first contact, sir, in a transmission sent right now." Lisa was unsure about what to say to them about the signal, so I said, "It sounds like a." Dr. Amy Foster entered the bridge while still wearing her uniform in response to the distress call. Jacket after being summoned by her lab commander to serve as the ship's science officer. "Heard the alert. Are we indeed hearing extraterrestrials?" Jake indicated the speakers while the extraterrestrial voice persisted in its frantic message. "What do you think, Doctor?" Amy paid close attention, her analytical mind already analyzing the speech patterns. "Are not human-like, and the frequency points to a distinct throat structure, possibly several vocal cords. I'll need some time, but I have translation software that might help you understand what they're saying. Assisting the universal mathematics in the coordinates indicates that they share our understanding of fundamental physics." Lisa abruptly straightened in her chair. "Sir. The message is repeating in fresh portions, but there are also bits that missed earlier." She was perplexed. "Commander, I believe they're discussing." "What do you mean, Earth?" "I'm not sure, but there are certain sound patterns that correspond to our planet's name in our own star charts," and she stopped, "Sir, to look even. I'm more perplexed since it sounds like they're referring to us by a name or title." Amy scowled. "Deathworlders, which is a strange translation." Jake's spine tingled. "How long would it take you to finish it, Ryan?" Ryan verified his calculations and found that it would take roughly 3 days to get there at the fastest possible pace, sir. "Commander, if we react to this signal, Earth Command, we must keep the radio quiet while on patrol." Jake glanced around the bridge at his team. Lisa was still working frantically, and he knew we had broken protocol. Amy was taking notes on everything she heard while Ryan awaited orders before preparing to start the engines. "Their boundaries if necessary," the extraterrestrial voice persisted in its fervent appeal, and Jake decided to send the message to tell them that we've made first contact and that the aliens require assistance. "Tell them that we're responding," Sir Lisa said. Obtaining another translation, "They are undoubtedly referring to Earth, however they are referring to it as the Death Planet, the Forbidden World, and Commander are afraid of us." Amy looked at her notes and considered why they would be afraid of people. What if Earth is different from most planets that host life, Commander? Are kinder than our planet, which contains extreme poisoning, storms, and animals. In contrast to our planet, Jake gazed at the high temperatures and heavy gravity, wondering if most extraterrestrial worlds were serene meadows. You're arguing that they believe we're dangerous because we've survived on Earth, which may be true if they're from a different planet. Humans would appear incredibly powerful and hostile in conditions of low gravity, calm weather, and no predators. Lisa tried to decode more of the extraterrestrial communication, sir, and I'm receiving something about an adversary that they refer to as the swarm, whatever it is that they are destroying. Own worlds, and since they are powerless to stop it, they are calling the terrifying humans for. Jake whispered softly, "Help me," and it appears that he got up and moved to the main screen. Extraterrestrial creatures were battling for their life against the swarm someplace out there. They were so desperate that they referred to Earth as a death world and begged for assistance from beings they afraid Lisa would deliver this message to Earth Command, the first known alien encounter. A hostile entity is attacking their civilization, and they have expressly asked Earth for assistance and advice. Yes, Sir. Ryan set course for those. Fleet respond, then report our location and the coordinates from the alien communication. Coordinates the Ranger's top speed, sir, as it accelerated and changed course. In a matter of minutes, Jake sat back in his command chair and faced the unknown. Humans were no longer alone in the universe since everything had altered, and in some way. They were now the frightening ones that other species asked for assistance, and the extraterrestrial voice persisted in its. As they got farther from the signal source, the desperate song grew weaker, but Jake knew it wouldn't be long. The Deathworlders were approaching before that voice could respond, "Admiral." When Patricia Hayes' emergency communicator began ringing as she was eating lunch, she glanced at the tiny gadget and noticed her first true touch with the code that made her blood run cold. She hurried to the earthly command center after dropping her sandwich in the face of extraterrestrial life. The enormous chamber at Defense Headquarters was already bustling with activity as scientists and